Welcome back to episode 5 of Talking That Talk podcast presented by the Poet Movement. It's going to be me today by myself. Y'all going to miss Miles and Cameron, but today I got 2 special guests with me. The first one I kind of knew, for a long time. We grew up together, things like that. But she plays for the Marquette women's basketball team. We got Chloe Marotta. And the second one I just met, today. I think she's going to be great on this thing. And her name's Lucky Rudd. She just graduated from West Virginia University. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. So the first question I got for you guys before we jump into anything is, how are you and your family doing right now throughout this quarantine?
We're doing pretty well. I think it's nice being home with everyone. I have 3 siblings, so it's really good being back in the house. But I'm definitely eager to get out, start going back to Marquette and stuff. It's about time.
For sure.
My family, I just got back from school, so it was a little different. Did my little virtual online graduation, so that was it. But other than that, quarantine's been a time for us to all just get together, reflect on ourselves, and honestly, I've been trying to work out, stay active as much as I can because you're cooped up in the house 24/7.
For sure. And then just kind of going back, how did you guys feel when the news first came out that the season was going to be canceled? Do you remember where you were at and, kind of what went through your mind?
Yeah, so for us, we just finished the Big East tournament. So we were in the Big East championship game, and we come home. We had 3 days off of a break. They gave us a little spring break at that time. So during the break, we actually found out from Coach Duffy. She called us and kind of told us, we're not going to be coming back, and they're trying to figure things out and stuff like that. And so it was hard because we were all separated from each other. So we kind of wish that we were in the same room at the time and kind of to talk through things, especially us. We had 7 freshmen on the team. So it was their first chance to experience the NCAA tournament, knowing we were going to be in it and stuff. And then definitely I'm a junior, going to be a junior. So I feel most bad for our seniors that didn't have the opportunity. But yeah, it was pretty tough not being together.
For sure.
So my experience was totally different, totally opposite. We were literally in practice. We were at the Big 12 tournament. The Big 12 tournament was supposed to start the next day. But some games were supposed to start that day. But we were in practice, just finished practice. We were going to another gym to practice because you only have an hour on the court, that the gym we were playing at. So we were going to the other gym to finish practice. We pulled up at the other gym. Next thing you know, our coach just says, tournament's canceled. Everyone has to go home. They just announced, since the virus is getting so bad and everything, they're canceling everything. Even the boys tournament was going on at the same time. The Big 12 boys tournament was going on at the same time. The boys had already started, and they had to cancel their whole tournament just on spot. But we were all together. Obviously, everybody was, mixed emotions. It's oh, wow, I'm sad it happened this way, but, it's a long season. So everybody's just it's a lot of mixed emotions. But everybody was around. We all got together in the same room. We were all talking, laughing and stuff. But then it hit everybody out of nowhere. And we're just wow, the season's really over. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Nobody knows, where we're going. Nobody knows, anything right now. So, being a senior especially, and having that happen and just having, your Big 12 tournament, especially in the NCAA tournament, just getting taken away from you, it's really hard. And then on top of that, I didn't have a graduation and everything. So being a senior during this time was really challenging because it's real life just hit you out of nowhere, and you had at least 2 months to prepare for it, and now you only had 2 minutes. So it was really difficult. But the only thing that made it best was I was with my teammates, and I could at least laugh and giggle and all that, even though I wasn't even feeling happy or good.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. And it's crazy because, so our team, we actually had just lost to Arkansas. So we were done regardless. But it was just crazy because we were actually the last game, to be played in the SEC this season. So it was just crazy. Everybody was all in Nashville actually for the tournament, and everybody left. So that's crazy. So we're going to bring it back a little bit. And I just kind of want to know who really influenced you to play basketball and who really put the ball in your hands at a young age?
So my dad was my biggest influence playing basketball. You probably know a little bit about this, Austin, but so he played at Marquette in the 80s. So he played 80 to 84. And my brother then came and played at Marquette as well, and then I'm at Marquette. And so first, my dad most definitely put the basketball in my hands from the way beginning. I've been playing against my brothers and sisters since I was as little as I can remember. Okay. And then the whole Marquette experience was definitely I followed my dad's footsteps, but my brothers especially, and we both read the same numbers and stuff. So yeah, it was definitely my dad, but my mom was a huge part in my basketball career as well. So I hate to not count her in either.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Lucky?
So for me, it was my dad. Here he is being nosy.
What's up?
How you doing?
What's happening?
But yeah, my dad definitely had the biggest influence for me when it comes to basketball. He as well played college basketball. He played at Wake Forest.
Okay.
He played from what year? 83 to 85?
81 to 85.
81 to 85. Excuse me.
Okay.
And he played for Wake Forest. Then got drafted and played for the Trailblazers and everything. Played for the Utah Jazz as well, and then finished his career overseas in France, where he had basically the best career that you could ever possibly have for a basketball player. He's basically the Michael Jordan in France. But other than that, he's definitely the biggest influence I had. He put the basketball in my hands as soon as I could basically walk. I was training with him since I was 5 years old and everything. So, I mean, when it comes to basketball, the first person I always think of and forever will think of is my dad.
That's dope. That's super dope. And then, just kind of going back, staying in your childhood and things like that. And I'm actually curious to hear you guys' answers on this, because when you ask a young man, who do you model your game after? They usually give you another guy, like that. But recently, when I'm watching interviews with women's basketball players and you ask them, who are somebody you modeled your game after or like to watch, I usually hear them say guys too. So I just want to be more specific. Who was a women's basketball player that really inspired you and, kind of you model your game after?
I think for me, like Elena Deladon is someone that I definitely look up to in college and stuff as well. She's much taller than I am, but as far as her ability to play outside and inside is something that I strive to be great at. And so I would definitely say her. I think even growing up, I kind of looked at women's basketball players as someone, you can better relate to them as well.
Yeah.
So so I would definitely say Elena Deladon.
Okay.
For me, I would personally just say Maya Moore. I know that's so cliche, but it's true. I'm not saying I play after her, but just looking up to someone who plays basketball as a woman, especially, it would definitely have to be Maya Moore. I'm not just saying that because of the basketball player she is, because she's an amazing basketball player, but the things that she does off the court makes you want to be more like her, because she stands up for what she believes in. She even took out times from her own basketball season to do what she believed in. So I really look up to people like that, because it is more than just basketball at the same time. But at the same time, you're a good basketball player, so people respect you in that aspect, but they also need to respect you in your life outside the court.
That's big facts. And then, you kind of just talked about, her standing up for what she believed in and things like that. So this next question is kind of going off of that. You guys know who Muffin McGraw is. She had a quote last year, and I'm going to read it all to you. She said, when you look at men's basketball, 99% of the jobs go to men. Why shouldn't 199% of the jobs in women's basketball go to women? And I just felt that was super powerful. And I just kind of want to get y'all opinion on that. I know, Chloe, you've played for women, but I kind of looked up, Lucky, you played for a guy. So I'm just curious to see, your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree, things like that with that, with her quote?
Well, see, it's kind of tough for me because I played for men my whole entire life. When I was in high school, I played for my dad. Younger, I played for my dad. Then I went to college. I was at NC State originally, played for a man. Went to West Virginia, played for another man. So, I mean, it's a little tough for me to say. I personally like playing for men just because it's a lot less emotions involved, Sometimes with women and women coaches, emotions and everything else can get involved to the point where it can throw you off your game on the court or whatever. But I do understand why women should have the job, because they can relate to their players so much more. They can understand why their players might be moody one day and then happy the next day. So it's just more relatable for the players and the coaches to be the same gender. But I'm not saying that men shouldn't be able to coach women, because they should. Yeah. But I do feel more women should be on that pedestal of head coach and get more respect for the knowledge that they do have for the game.
Yeah, and then just from my end too is so I played for my dad growing up as well, but then in high school I had a woman coach, and then college, my first year, I had a women's coach, and then now the new coach is a woman as well. And so for me, it's been really cool because Coach Duthie really focuses on Powerful Women's Club. And so we'll talk about that a ton, and she really stresses the importance of being, strong female athletes and having a say in the world. And, and basically our whole coaching staff, I mean, we have one guy coach. So, and she's one of 3, I think now, Big East women's coaches. And so it's kind of cool to play for someone that's, it's not as common in the Big East, but.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then, just kind of staying on that topic, and you hear a lot of opinions on this question, things like that, but I'm actually curious to hear what you guys have to say. Why do you feel like women's basketball is so unjustly overlooked?
I got that a little bit.
I can answer that easily. I just think that people overlook women's basketball because they don't dunk, they can't jump as high, they can't do all the things that men do, so it's not as entertaining as people would say. But little do they realize women have to do the same exact things men have to do in order to be able to play basketball at the highest level that you can possibly play. But I personally just feel like it really gets overlooked just because of the athleticism. It's just a huge gap in between the athleticism. I mean, there's nothing you could do. That's nature.
Yeah.
Obviously, that brings in fans and that brings in people and all of that. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons why it gets overlooked.
Okay.
I would agree. I think that it's definitely on the upcoming, though. Like, a lot of players have put us on the map, and a lot of WNBA players, but college players as well, you know, and like Sabrina and people like that. Just, you know, now people are starting to focus in on women's basketball a little bit more, and it's cool to see.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is there a specific situation that you can, you know, recall that you felt would have went different if you were a men's basketball player?
I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I've gotten respect for my game just because of being a basketball player, not really because of gender. So when it, like, anything that's happened to me, I don't think it's never been because, like, you know, I was just a female.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree too. I would say Marquette does a really good job too at like keeping it equal between the teams, and so I think that's like really important wherever you go. You know, it might be different someplace else, but I would say majority of the campuses, and Lucky, you can kind of, if you want to say anything about that, but I would say that it's pretty equal where we're at.
Okay. No, for sure. And then, you know, I'm just kind of curious, is there anything that you can kind of give people insight on of something that you guys may go through, you know, throughout a season that a guy wouldn't have to worry about?
I think more so like in the WNBA right now in college. Like, I think like, you know, there's a lot of similarities between the two, but in the WNBA, like the biggest thing is, you know, they grow up and they get married, and then like having children is something that is completely different than the men's side. And with the new like WNBA 2020 contract allowing them to, you know, get paid maternity leave, and they just updated that, but previously that was, you know, you couldn't have a kid and get paid. And so you know, they were restricted on that end. And even like Skylar Diggins, you know, arguably one of the best players in the WNBA, like played 5 months pregnant because she couldn't get out of the league. She couldn't get paid. So I would say that's probably the biggest difference is like, you know, like the motherhood of things, I guess, you know, but in college, you know, you're still young. So
yeah, for sure.
I completely agree. I don't have nothing to add to that.
No, that was a good answer. Okay, so we're done with that section. Now we're gonna go to a little bit of the quick hitters. Rapid fire, kind of just, you know, give off the first thing you think of. So the first question I have for you guys is, who are the top 3 artists out right now?
I don't know. That was tough. I really don't know. I'm gonna say, oh my God, I don't know. Brent Fayez, if you've never heard of him, R&B singer. God, Gunna just made a new album. And I don't know, I'm just gonna say Drake just because he's so popular.
Okay.
Right. I would say, I mean, Gunna did just come out with a great album, so I would put him up there. I love Kalani, and Kalani's been kind of going crazy on the albums too. So I like her. Who else though? I think Lil Baby just came out with some good stuff too. I might put him up there on the list, but I would still say Drake is a little high, way higher than that. So. Okay.
So this next question is, what are your top 3 favorite Black movies of all time? And I got to keep it consistent because I've asked that to all my other guests.
Okay. Now I got you. I got Paid in Full. Other than basketball is always going to be top on my list. I don't care what anybody says. And Juice.
Okay.
Love and Basketball, that's my favorite. Love and Basketball. I don't know. I like Mike.
Okay.
That
that count. We get it to you. Okay.
I like that one.
Okay. And it's crazy because last time, you know, my last guest, he asked me and I wasn't even prepared to answer. So I got to set the record straight right now. My favorite, and I got it written down, are New Jack City, He Got Game, and Love Jones. Those are my 3 favorites.
Classic.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is, what is your favorite shoe in your collection at the moment?
So we're Jordan brand, so we get a lot of Jordans, but I like my ones the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean, like, are we talking basketball shoes? Or are we talking, like?
Hey, it could be whatever you want. Whatever come to mind.
Ooh, I don't know. You're asking some good questions. I don't know. I gotta think. If we're talking basketball shoes, I'm gonna just say my PGs. They're all white PGs. They feel comfortable. But if we're talking about walk around shoes, I'm probably gonna say my 14s.
Okay. And then are y'all picking feets or y'all picking fits? So y'all picking, would y'all rather have a basic fit with a bomb pair of shoes, or would y'all rather have a bomb fit with just some okay shoes?
You gotta have good shoes.
Yeah.
That's wrong with.
Really?
I think shoes make the fit.
Okay.
You can have a basic fit, but if your shoes are like crazy, everybody's gonna look at your feet and they're gonna be like, "Oh, look at what she has on."
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Okay. Who are your top 3 favorite teammates ever? So it could be, middle school, high school, college.
Woo.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And people gonna be hating once they hear this, so make sure y'all answer correctly.
And I've had such great teammates. That's so difficult to answer.
It don't even gotta be you know what I'm saying? It don't gotta be the best. It could just be people who you really took a liking to.
Well, I have someone head if she can't think. So I had a teammate that I played with in high school. She went to Missouri, the University of Missouri, played basketball there. Her name is Jordan Chavis. I'm still close with her. I was playing with her since I was 9 years old, so we're real close. Another teammate I had was at West Virginia. Her name was Naomi Davenport. She played overseas. And then another teammate at NC State, her name was Erica Cassell. So, I mean, the only reason why I'm staying them is because, like, those are the people that every team I had, I was real close to.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, obviously, like right now being at Marquette, like I would say they're all the best. Like I can't come up with 3. But over my lifetime of playing, I have had some great teammates on my AAU team. And actually after this, I'm going up there and playing against them a little bit. So I would say like Erin Howard, she just transferred to Florida State.
In
So
the SEC,
yeah, she's about to have a great year. So, we're really close. And then Sydney Levy is going to Green Bay.
Okay.
So I've developed a great relationship with her. But yeah, I would just say, my AAU teammates will forever be like closest.
That's love. And then on the flip side, who are the 3 toughest players you've had to guard ever? And the tape don't lie.
Asia Durr is one. I played at State, so I played in ACC. Enrique, obviously.
Shout out to my homie Enrique. Okay.
And then I'm going to give you somebody in the Big 12. Let's say, I don't know, the Big 12 is tough. Let's say Taya Cooper.
Okay.
Nice. Those are good ones. I would say, well, let's see, we played Kennedy Carter in the second round in the NCAA tournament last year. She's pretty, I'm not necessarily a point guard, so I'm not guarding her too much, but coming off ball screens, that's like her 32 ball screens. So I had to do that a little bit. We played Mississippi State this year. Clearly last year we played them, and what's her name? I'm blanking on it right now, but the tall big girl plays in WNBA now.
Oh, you talking about Tierra McCowan?
Yeah, Tierra McCowan. Okay. I played her, so that was my freshman year. I came in there for like a quick, like maybe 2 minutes, but I was on her, and I'm 6 foot. She is like 6'10". I can't even I was like, what am I supposed to do right now? I had no idea. But yeah, she was definitely tough. And then in the Big East, I would say Jalen Agnew was a great player. She's a senior, and she just got drafted recently, 24th to the Mystics. Okay. So she was pretty nice. But yeah.
No, that's dope. And then would you guys rather have 20 assists or 20 rebounds?
20 assists.
I would say rebounds.
Really?
Yeah, but she's what are you, a forward?
Yeah, we're different positions.
Yeah. I'm a shooting guard / point guard / shooting guard, so I'm taking assists over rebounds any day.
Okay. And then the last question I got for you guys on the quick hitters is, what is your favorite quarantine snack at the moment?
Everything.
I swear to God, everything in my fridge, literally. What's the best one right now? We've been making a lot of banana bread, actually. That's like a big, so I would probably say banana bread.
Okay. And so
I like everything, but I've been smashing some pistachios. I love pistachios.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's something about the pistachio.
Pistachios. Okay. I don't know why mine has been like apples. Like I'm not even a big fruit guy, but I just been killing some apples. I don't know what that's about. Okay, so that's done with the quick hitters. So these are the final two questions, and these are a little bit more, personalized. So just to start with Lucky, can you talk to us a little bit about what are your plans moving forward? You know, what can people look forward to?
So as of right now, my plans are to go overseas. Obviously that's all 50-50 because of the virus and everything that's going on. So I'm still hoping, that they'll lift every border or whatever for every country so we have more options or whatever. But as of right now, I plan on going overseas. But people can tune into my Instagram. I do Instagram live interviews every Thursday at 7 with different hoopers from everywhere. Tonight I have Kamaya Small. She played at JMU. She got drafted this year. So tonight I'm hosting her at 7. But other than that, I plan on playing overseas, keep on doing my interviews, and I train girls as well so they can get better, obviously, at the sport that I love and the knowledge, and give them my knowledge for the game. But yeah, as of right now, my plan is to go overseas, so fingers crossed that they take everything up from this virus and we can leave this country as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope though that you're doing that. You want to give a shout out to your IG? You want people to tune in. What's your IG?
Is Love Lucky with 2 E's, so LOVEE _ Lucky, LUCKY.
Okay. And then for Chloe, my question for you is, what specifically do you look forward to accomplishing in your upcoming junior year?
All right, so I definitely want to win the Big East another time. That's a big thing with my teammates. This year we lost in the championship game, so we got to come back and win that this next year. Individually or like as a team, you think?
It could be either.
Individually, like I'm looking to play after college, so I'm probably like trying to put in everything I can, like my next senior year, to get to those moments after college. But yeah, definitely Big East Championship's huge, and making it far, Sweet 16, Elite Eight type NCAA, and even further than that. Having 2 more years, I'm blessed to have that, so I want to make it as far as we can.
Okay. And so that wraps up all the questions I have. I don't know if you guys kind of noticed, but, this podcast is presented by the Poise Movement, and Poise stands for Positive Outlook is Everything. And so, right now we go through some crazy times and things like that. And so I just want to give you guys an opportunity, if you want, to shout out somebody or an organization that's doing something positive, needs some light.
I want to give a shout out to Next Up Athletics. That's where I do my interviews out of. Basically just a huge Instagram page. They shout out a whole bunch of different athletes from all over. Basketball player, football player, doesn't matter. But they just shout out every athlete from all over. They just give them recognition and let them know that your time is coming. And even if somebody tells you that you can't do something, you never know, you might be next up.
Yeah, that's dope.
Let's see. I would just like to give a positive shout out to like my coaches. I think honestly, like during this time, it's something like how do you keep track of the team and trying to make everything happen when you can't see each other. And we've been having meetings and workouts and stuff that they can give us, like. But yeah, I just think like everyone needs a little positivity in their life right now. So I appreciate all their work.
No, for sure. And then I just kind of mine isn't really specific. I just kind of want to kind of thank you guys first of all for coming on and having good talks like this. I think people need this, and it's just a way to get some insight on you guys, spread some light on college basketball, and also just have a good time. So I appreciate you guys coming on. We signing out. That was episode 5. Stay tuned. We coming next. See you guys later.
Thank you.